Deep within the vast, dark wilderness, where ancient trees reach towards the sky, lies a mysterious kingdom. At an altitude of over 30 meters above the ground, a miniature society awakens with the rising sun. These are the jungle yellow bees, also known as nomads of the sky. They don't live in tree hollows or caves. They choose the challenge, bare branches exposed to the sun and wind as their home. Without steel or cement, the foundation of this house is the bees' own bodies. Thousands of worker bees hook their legs together, forming a strong chain that hangs suspended in mid-air. From the wax glands beneath its belly, pure white wax scales are secreted. This is the most precious building material. Each scale is meticulously kneaded and applied to the tree branch, marking the beginning of a magnificent architectural project. Nature is a brilliant mathematician. The hexagonal cells are perfectly arranged to maximize storage space for honey and larvae, while using the least amount of materials. No gaps, no flaws. In just a few weeks, a giant beeswax castle is completed. It can be up to 2 meters long and hold dozens of liters of honey. The vibrant outer layer is made up of tens of thousands of worker bees, always on guard to protect the treasure inside. But living at high altitudes means directly facing the harshness of nature. And the first challenge is the scorching heat of the tropical sun. As the sun rises higher, the bravest scouts begin to leave their nests. Their mission is to find a vital source of energy, pollen and nectar. The forest is generous, but also full of mysteries. Food sources are not fixed in one place. Today they might be in this valley, tomorrow on that mountainside. The survival of the entire herd depends on the navigational skills of these scouts. A fair exchange in nature. Bees take the nectar, and in return, they carry life from one flower to another. Pollen clings to their hairy legs, turning them into messengers of love in the plant world. Upon locating the honey source, the scouts return and perform a spectacular display, the belly-shaking dance. The angle of the jump relative to the vertical indicates the direction of flight relative to the sun. The speed of the shaking signals the distance, an absolutely accurate biological GPS map. The message has been decoded. A massive army surges forward, creating a shimmering golden stream in the air. The target has been identified. The nectar brought back contains a lot of water. To transform it into thick honey that can be stored for thousands of years, worker bees must pass the nectar to each other through their mouths to replenish enzymes and constantly fan their wings to evaporate the water. In the midday heat of summer, the temperature on the branches can melt the wax. The worker bees responsible for collecting water have to work at full capacity. They bring water back and spray it onto the walls of the hive. Combined with the water, tens of thousands of flapping wings create a convection current, acting like a giant air conditioning system, keeping the internal temperature stable at 35 degrees Celsius, the perfect temperature for life. Deep within the protective layers lies the heart of the kingdom, the queen, mother of countless children. She rules not by power, but by pheromones, a special scent that binds the entire pack together. The queen's sole and most sacred duty is to perpetuate the species. During peak season, she can lay up to 2,000 eggs a day, the weight of which can even exceed her own body weight. Three days later, the eggs hatched. The voracious pure white larvae were fed royal jelly and bee feed by the worker bees. They grew incredibly fast, filling the cramped hexagonal chamber. When it was large enough, the room was sealed. In the quiet darkness, the miracle of transformation took place. From a worm-like creature, delicate wings and a sturdy shell gradually formed. The moment of birth, a new generation of workers enters society. As soon as their fur is dry, they immediately begin cleaning, starting the first step in their short but glorious career. When the nest becomes too crowded, instinct tells them to expand their territory. Special queen hats are built to house future queens. This is a sign of an impending separation. The former queen bee and half of her people will relinquish their home and possessions to her daughter. They fly away, beginning a new, arduous nomadic journey, so that life may spread throughout the forest. The wealth of a beehive has always attracted greedy creatures, wasps, the armored killers of the sky. With their sharp jaws, they can tear a worker bee apart in an instant. But honeybees aren't easily intimidated. They activate a collective defense system. By simultaneously flicking their abdomens to create shimmering waves, they confuse their enemies, sending the message, "We've seen you, stay away." However, there are enemies that cannot be intimidated by images. Birds of prey swoop down with lightning speed. Every day, hundreds of worker bees sacrifice their lives on their way to collect nectar. But even more terrifying is the wrath of Mother Nature. Storms can tear apart tree branches and toss beehives to the ground. The entire bee colony has to brace itself, using its body as a living shield to prevent rainwater from seeping into the honeycomb and larvae. The storm has passed. Damage is inevitable. But there is no time for mourning. Resilience is instinctive. They immediately set to rebuild, mending the wounds of their shared home. And there's another complex connection: humans. Forest dwellers understand that if they exploit the forest destructively, the following season the forest will be devoid of bees. They learn to take just enough, leaving the hive to nurture the next generation. They learn to take only what they can, leaving the rest to nurture the next generation. They are small, but giants in preserving the green of the earth. If one day their buzzing ceases, the forest will be plunged into eternal silence. Protecting bees is protecting our own future.